In today's digital age, social media has become a very important tool for businesses, creators, and individuals looking to build their brands, connect with audience, and drive results. Welcome to Go Digital Academy. My name is Abimbola Victory, and I'll be your coach throughout this journey. In this training, you will gain the skills and insights needed to effectively manage social media platforms, create engaging content, and implement strategies that will deliver measurable outcomes. So, if you are a beginner or someone who is just looking to refine our expertise, this training is designed to guide you step by step towards the act of social media management. In this week's module, I'll be introducing you to the basics of social media management, and at the end of the week, you should be able to talk about the basics of social media management. You should be able to differentiate between the niches in social media management. You should also be able to do target audience definition and also carry out competitive and market analysis. Now, what is social media management? We've been hearing about social media management. What exactly is this social media management? Social media management involves creating, scheduling, analyzing, promoting, and engaging with content posted on social media platforms. These platforms include WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, every social media platform you can think about. So a social media manager basically manages content posted on social media platforms. Moving on, why should you consider social media management as a career? The first point is that there is high demand for social media experts. Companies and businesses have now recognized the importance of having a strong online presence, and then the demand for skilled social media professionals continue to grow. Most companies are looking for individuals who can effectively manage their social media accounts, that can create engaging content and also analyze their performance metrics. Another reason to consider social media management career is that there is flexible work options. Many social media management roles offer flexibility in terms of work hours and location, which means that you can work remotely at the comfort of your home. You can set up your own schedule, and this will make it easy for you to balance your personal and work life. Low barrier to entry. This means that you do not need any formal education or degree to become a social media manager. There is also continuous learning opportunities. As social media managers, we want to always know the current trends. They want to improve their skills and also update their knowledge on social media management tools. Wide range of industries. Social media management is not only applicable to one sector of the industry. It is applicable across various sectors, which include healthcare, entertainment, technology, retail, and this allows social media managers to explore different fields and then find a niche that aligns with their interests. Social media management also has high income potential because businesses invest more in their online marketing strategies. This means that if you have the right skills and experience, you can command competitive salaries, thereby increasing your earnings. Before I continue, I'd have to ask you to take a few seconds of your time to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button and notification button to stay updated anytime I post a new video. Please subscribe to the channel and help us grow. Moving on, what are the skills that a social media manager should possess? One of them is being resourceful. A good social media manager should be able to manage tasks even with limited resources. That is, using the resources you have at your disposal, like time, tools, skills, to make the most out of a situation. The next one is organizational skills. This means you must be able to prioritize tasks and manage your time effectively to meet up with deadlines and ensure that all activities that are scheduled are completed. You must also be able to handle multiple tasks while maintaining focus at each one of them. The next skill is productivity. This is very explanatory. A good social media manager must be productive. Also, customer service. Customer service means providing support and assistance to customers before, during, and after their purchase. As a good social media manager, you must be able to maintain good customer service. The next one says copywriting skills. What is copywriting? We'll be learning that later in the course of this training. But copywriting basically means crafting, engaging, and persuasive sales copy that resonates with the brand's audience. And a good sales copy will lead to increased conversion and sales, which is the end goal of every brand out there. Other skills include promptness, consistency, creativity, flexibility, leadership skills, and many more. Now, let's talk about the roles or niches in social media management. So, as a social media manager, you can either decide to become a social media content manager, you can decide to become a social media campaign manager or a community manager, or even perform all the tasks at once. You just have to specify which one you want to do when working with a brand. Now, what does a social media content manager do? A social media content manager focuses on the content to be published on social media platforms. Yes, they basically create and manage content. Their responsibilities include content planning, content strategy, content creation, content scheduling, publishing, analyzing, and reporting. That is the job of a social media content manager. So, for a community manager, what they do basically is engage with followers. They engage with the followers on the brand's page. They respond to comments and messages. They monitor discussions, they monitor groups, and also create a positive environment where users feel valued and heard. Yes. So social media community managers often collaborate with content creators. They collaborate with the marketing teams to ensure that the community's needs are met while aligning with the brand's goals. I hope you understand that. For a social media campaign manager, they are responsible for planning, executing, and analyzing campaigns or adverts rather across social media platforms. They develop campaign strategies, compile the content, and manage the advert budgets. They also track performance metrics of their adverts and also help optimize results, making sure that the campaigns or adverts reach the target audience. I hope we can differentiate between a community manager, a campaign manager, and a content manager. A content manager can also stand as a content strategist, whichever. Just know that these three basic things are like the very different roles in social media management. Now, why do businesses need social media managers? The first reason is that it makes it easier for them to scale their business. Also, customers are online and it is easier for brands to connect with the buyers and build a relationship online. We are gradually diving deep into the world of social media management, and the first thing that you need to know is how to do target audience definition, which means that if you are working for a brand or let's say your own personal business, you need to know the group of people that will be interested in your product or services. They can be characterized by age, gender, interest, location, behavior, pain points, and the likes. Now, let us look at an example. Let us define the target audience for a service tech brand that helps entrepreneurs with business registration and legality services. This is the template we will be using. There are 6 columns here, and the first one says target audience, that is general target audience. Then the second column says target market, that is the specific people in that your target audience. Then the next column says geography. Geography means places that they can be found, where they live, specific places where they live. Then demography has to do with age and like gender. Yes. Then the next one is behavior. How do these people behave? Then the next thing is their interest or their pain points. Pain points are the things that is bothering them, while interests are the things that they are interested in. Pain points can be like the struggles that they face, while interests are what they would normally be interested in. I don't know if you understand. So now the first one is entrepreneurs. Target audience generally they are entrepreneurs, but which entrepreneurs? That's where the target market comes in. The first one is startup founders. Remember, we are doing a target audience definition for a brand that registers businesses for people, like people that do CAC registration, that do trademark registration, that register businesses generally and provide legal services. So now we have startup founders. The geography, where can they be found? They live in major cities: Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Ibadan, and other cities that you can find. Worry, you can list out all cities. This is going to help when we are doing campaign management. Also, for these startup founders, who are they? What is their agenda? How old are they? Some of them could be male and female. Then their ages, they could range from age 20 to 45. Some of them are graduates, some are undergraduates, while some are pursuing their second degree, that is like masters. A master student could be a startup founder. A graduate could be a startup founder too. Then, how do they behave? We have tech savvy. That is, they are comfortable using apps. They know how to operate phones. They attend tech and startup events, festivals. Some of them are Android users or iPhone users. Some of them read blogs and news, and they are mostly active on LinkedIn and Twitter. Then what are their interests or pain points? They are interested in getting necessary sector registration and certifications. Then the pain point is that they have difficulty figuring which type of registration to go for. I hope you understand. Now, the next one is under target audience is entrepreneurs. Which entrepreneurs? We have SMEs, that is small and medium enterprises. Now, where can they be found? Where do they live? Some of these small business owners, they live in major cities in Nigeria. You list them out too. They also live in rented apartments or owned apartments. Then, for the demography, they are male and mostly females. Their age range is also 20 to 45 years. Some of them are graduates, while some are non-graduates. Some are full-time business owners. So, moving on to the behaviors of these small business owners, small to medium enterprises. They have low to medium knowledge of tech. Then they use iPhones and most of them use Androids. Then high proportion of Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok users also fall under the small to medium enterprises. Then some of them may attend business programs. Then what are their pain points or interests? Some of them do not know how to register their businesses themselves, and they are also interested in getting the necessary certifications for their businesses. So now, defining a target audience for a brand or business is very easy if you use this template. Defining a target audience for any brand is going to be one of the tasks that you have to do this week. Let's move on to the basics of handling social media accounts of clients. Now, there are two questions that you ask yourself before taking up any social media account of a client. The first one is, what are your client goals? Yes, you ask your clients, what are the goals? What are they looking to achieve? Then the next question, after your clients have answered your question, is going to be that, what would your own strategy be? Like, when you already know the goals of your client, what then would be your strategy? Before you can create a strategy, you need to first conduct research. Now, this brings us to types of research. We have two types of research, and they are competitive research and market research. It can also be called competitive analysis and market analysis. Now, what is competitive analysis? This has to do with researching about the big competitors of your client brand. Let's assume that your client sells, let's say, handmade bags. That is what your client's brand is about. So doing a competitive research is looking out for other brands that sell exactly what your client sells, then analyzing their brand and their online presence. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. That is, you analyze their competitors, look out for their competitors. Now, why is this competitive analysis important? One of the reasons is that you'll be able to identify your big competitors. Yeah. Then you also be able to evaluate their strengths and weaknesses. That is, these competitors, you'll be able to know their strengths and weaknesses after looking at their page and all of that. Then you'll be able to position yourself better in the market. That is, your client's brand, you'll be able to position it better in the market. Then you also identify and avoid threats. It is also a way to know the services you as a social media manager can offer to bridge the gap. That is, what are the things your competitors are not doing that you want to do for your client's brand? I hope you understand. How do we carry out this competitive research? There are some questions that we need to ask ourselves when carrying out this competitive research. The first one is, what are their products and services? That is, your client's competitors. What are their products and services? What do they sell? Then, who is their target audience? Yes. Then, what marketing and sales tactics are they using? How are they selling out? By the time you analyze your competitors' page, you understand what marketing tactics they are using. Then also look at their pricing strategy. Look at their content strategy. What can you observe? What technology stack do they use? That is, what app do they use mostly? Where are they most active on? Also, what level of engagement do they get? What is their social media strategy? Then, after doing all this, you document your research and you give recommendations, like what are the things that you think that your client's brand can do. So let's look at an example. What you can see on the screen is the social media competitive analysis for a brand that helps people in the diaspora send money to their loved ones at home. I hope you get it. The brand helps people living abroad send money to their loved ones at home. So, identifying competitors, their following, and their content strategy, we have this table that we came up with. We have 4 brands here. Alpha is the name of the brand that we are doing a competitive analysis for, while Beta, Charlie, and Delta are the names of the competitors. Now, the next row says following. We have Instagram, X, that is Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So we are going to look at their following across all platforms. For the brand we are doing competitive analysis for, they have just 170 followers on Instagram, 228 on X, 230 on LinkedIn, and 56 on Facebook. Also, for the other brands, we have their followers written in the box, as you can see. Now, let's move on to the next row. Content type, look, and content feel. Alpha posts announcements. They post how to post. They post about sports and also customer feedback. While Beta post partnership announcements, products releases and features. They post culturally related content, and they also post user generated content, that is UGC. While Charlie posts content from paid partnerships, video series. On LinkedIn, they post about job openings and recruitment. While for Delta, they post announcements also, product features, training announcements, global celebratory days. Now that we've analyzed about 3 other brands that are Alpha's competitors, let's move on to the recommendations that we can bring up for Alpha brand. So what we are recommending for the brand Alpha is that they post content that drive consideration, like explainer videos showing how their product works. Then the rates from their rates page can also be displayed there. Let's assume that brand Alpha's product is an app. Then the rates from their rates page can also be displayed on their page, then how to sign up for content, then information about partners and other UGC content can also be posted on their page. These are the recommendations for Alpha brand. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel and you have watched this video up to this point, I urge you to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell to get notified each time we post a new video. Moving on to analyzing content relevance. That is, what do we observe from the type of content that the competitors post? From our observation, we see that Charlie crafts its messaging around customers' pain points. Then Beta starts conversation around customers' interest on channels that are appropriate for these conversations, while Delta uses content from its frequently asked questions as social media content. Then what we recommend for brand Alpha is that in order for people to afford to send money back home, they need jobs, and jobs in tech are high paying presently. So engaging its audience in these conversations and offering a solution around their problem is a way to grow a following. We recommend that brand Alpha can adopt this strategy and start conversations around subjects of interest and be intentional about sharing its value proposition. Clubhouse and Twitter are recommended platforms for engagement and interaction between the brand and users. Also, we recommend that Alpha uses keywords that resonate with the target audience both at home and abroad. Now let's move on to analyzing the brand tone. From the research that we made earlier, we noticed that Alpha uses a warm and friendly brand tone, while Beta uses empathetic, friendly, and warm brand tone. While for Charlie, inclusive, culturally aware, and friendly, while Delta uses informative, friendly, and warm. Then it is recommended that Alpha keeps a warm and friendly tone since it is seen across all competitors. Let's move on to market research. We already understand what competitive analysis is all about, and now we are moving on to market research. What is market research? Market research is basically gathering and analyzing information about a market. A market, that is a target market, then including consumers' needs and preferences, the competition and the economic and regulatory environment. That is everything that brand or business is all about. Everything that's been going on in the market, we are going to make a research on that so as to have a better insight as to what that business or brand is all about. Now, market research aims to understand a market's current state, like I said earlier, and also identify opportunities for businesses to profitably sell products or services to consumers. Just like we did for competitive analysis earlier, we are also going to know the reasons why market analysis is also important. The first reason is that it helps us to identify market opportunities. Then it also helps us understand consumers' needs and preferences and also identify strengths and weaknesses. It also provides clear understanding of the industry and also helps us set clear objectives. How do we do this market research? There are various methods used to carry out market analysis, and one of them is surveys. Surveys are a common method for collecting data from a sample of individuals, and it can be conducted online, by phone, or in person, or by asking questions about a wide range of topics, including demographics, opinions, and behaviors of your consumers. I don't know if you have come across a form where a brand will tell you to fill a particular form and they will tell you to write your opinions on what you think about a particular product or service. If you have come across that before, that is a survey. They are trying to carry out market research on a particular product. Banks do this also. If you notice, from time to time, banks send survey forms to your email addresses where they will tell you to say what you think about their services. They are trying to do a market research and try to upgrade their services. So that is what surveys are all about. Now, the next method is focus groups. Focus groups are small, moderated discussions with a group of people who represent a larger target audience. So, if you're starting out a brand, you can just gather a few people that are representing a larger target audience of your particular brand. Then you have discussions with them, and these discussions will make you understand how people think and feel about a particular product or service. Let's say you are a bag seller or you are a handmade bag vendor, and you want to like know what people will like. You can ask a particular group of people that represents a larger portion of your target audience. Let's say students are your target audience. You can ask some group of students what they think about a particular bag that you have made, if they like the size, if they like the color, what color do they prefer. If you have different designs, they can also choose the one that they prefer. Then after doing that for about different groups of people, then you come up with a conclusion. Another method used for market analysis is interviews. Interviews involve one-on-one conversation with individuals who are selected because they have expertise or insights relevant to a research topic. And these interviews can be conducted in person or by phone. So you can just consult people that already have first-hand knowledge on that particular product. Then you ask them questions that you think they can give answers to. Another method is observational research, and this involves observing and recording the behavior of individuals in a natural setting. And this can provide insights to how people behave in real world situations. That is, how do your target audience naturally behave? Another method is online analytics and field trials. Online analytics has to do with what you observe online, also using tools online like Google Analytics, RFs, Buffer, and the likes. We'll be treating that as we proceed. Then field trials. This is not really common. It doesn't apply to all brands, but some brands that need to do field trials still do field trials. We have come to the end of this week's module, and if you watched up to this point, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section below. Just type something nice. Write that you are a social media manager that will deliver. Just write something nice in the comment section so I will know that you are actually following. We have 2 tasks for this week, and the first one is that you should pick a business around you and create a well-detailed audience definition using the template that you learned in class today. That is, you should pick any business around, maybe your friend's business or your own personal business. Just pick any brand that you are comfortable with and then create a well-detailed audience definition just like you were taught in class today. Identify up to 3 target markets. Then the second task is that you should do a detailed competitive analysis for that same business, identifying at least 3 brands. You should identify at least 3 competitors. The task submission link is already on the WhatsApp group and also in the Telegram group. For some of you that don't know how to submit your assignments, use Google Docs or Word document. Download Google Docs or Word document on your phone or laptop. A laptop would have that already. But if you are using your phone, download Google Docs or Word document. Then do your task. Then you upload to Google Drive. You should have Google Drive on your phone too. Upload to Google Drive, then copy the link and paste it in the task submission form. That is where you'll be submitting it. I hope we all learned something from this first week. And if you have questions, do well to drop your questions on the Telegram support group. That is where I'll be attending to every question. Thank you and see you next week.